All right, welcome everyone to the Tier 1 Championship of this season of Pop Solos. I believe the summer 2024 season. All four of you have won 7 games, I believe, in order to get here and or finished in the top two, which is essentially winning. And well, by the time but then in about 45 minutes from now, we will have crowned one of you as the official champion, even though everyone is a champion in our hearts. Okay, so if we're all ready, we shall begin with Stan in seat one.
Good
Good
luck,
luck,
everyone.
everybody.
Good
luck,
luck. Yes, have fun.
Mhm. All right, Stan. Name the company whose logo features a hidden image of two people sharing a chip over a bowl of dip.
Tostitos.
Tostitos is correct. Stan, what was the nickname of the NFL team that existed from 1916 to 1931, based out of Providence, Rhode Island? It shares its name with pieces of heavy machinery often used to level flat surfaces like roads, or perhaps to run over cartoon characters, making them paper thin.
Steamrollers?
Yes, I believe the team was called, I'm told the team was called Steamroller Singular, but the plural is listed as an acceptable alternative answer, so I will accept that. Stan. And for everyone, for this entire quad, last names alone will be sufficient. So, Stan, the 2013 film Palo Alto, based on James Franco's short story collection of the same name, was directed by what woman, whose aunt and grandfather are both Oscar-winning writer-directors? 10 seconds.
Coppola?
Yes, her name is Gia Coppola. All right, Ryan, your first question. In the U2 song Pride, what specific date is sung in the lyrics referring to the month and day, just need a month and day, when Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated?
April 4.
Yes, the lyrics say early morning, April 4th. King was actually assassinated in the evening, but
In
that's
the
Bono's.
evening.
Yes, Bono's error. Your information is correct. Ryan, which Real Housewives series is the most recent to have debuted on Bravo? It is also the first of the 11 series title locations to be outside of the US. The show has received a lot of criticism due to human rights issues that are frequently glossed over, given said location. Looking for Real Housewives of what? So what's in the title, basically?
Dubai.
Dubai is correct. Ryan, in Sue Grafton's alphabet series of novels, what does F stand for? It's also part of the title of a movie where a Best Supporting Actor Oscar-winning character memorably utters the line, "I don't care."
Fugitive.
Yes, that's Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive being referenced there, when Harrison Ford says, "I didn't kill my wife." Matt, here's your first question. See if you can keep the streak going. Crystal the Monkey is a 30-year-old Capuchin with an impressive filmography. One of her most notable roles is as Dexter, the mischievous monkey that consistently antagonizes Ben Stiller's character. In which film franchise?
Night at the Museum.
Indeed. Matt, during the 1989 Steel Wheels tour, what group was one of the opening acts of the Rolling Stones? At the time, this band was soaring in popularity thanks to their hit song, Cult of Personality.
Living Colour.
With the extra U there, yes. And Matt. Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes host what podcast? Self-described as a podcast that connects and unites people from all walks of life to learn about shared experiences through thoughtful dialogue and organic hilarity. Even the hilarity has to be
Smartless.
organic. Even though hilarity has to be organic in Hollywood. Smartless was your
Smartless.
answer, and that's correct, yes. Yeah, Dan, a lot of pressure to live up to. All right. While a lot of song lyrics incorporate rhyme, does it count when an artist rhymes a word with itself? Name either the group who sang Generals Gathered in Their Masses, just like witches at black masses, or the song those lyrics come from.
Black Sabbath.
Yes. Since we're being recorded, I, of course, cannot sing. Otherwise, I still wouldn't sing, but for different reasons. War Pigs was the title of the song there. Dan, we all know the trio of Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman from the 1997-98 Chicago Bulls. Name any one of the other guys who started over 40 games for the team that season.
Longley?
Luke Longley is a correct answer. Ron Harper and Tony Kukoc were the others. Dan, here is your third question of the first round. Which astrological term refers to the highest point in a person's birth chart and the highest point in the sky at your moment of birth? It allegedly helps to determine the most prominent part of your personality.
Zenith?
Not what I have. Dan?
Pass.
Ryan?
I'll pass.
Matt?
Pass.
Right, this is not my area. In fact, as a personality psychologist, it's literally the opposite of my area. But the answers here are midheaven or medium Cayley.
I'm guessing we're going to have a quad that goes over.
Only one way to find out, and that's to keep going into round two, starting with Stan. Brenda Blethyn plays a detective chief inspector created by novelist Anne Cleeves in what British crime drama that has been conjuring up cases for 13 seasons as of 2024?
The Witching.
10 seconds. Sorry, that's incorrect. Ryan?
Midsummer Murders?
Not Midsummer Murders. Matt?
Pass.
Dan?
Vera?
Yes, I did some thinking about what the word conjuring is doing in there, and then I realized, oh, it's referencing Vera Farmiga in the Conjuring franchise.
Oh.
But
Well done.
yeah, Vera, at least that's my speculation. But yes, Vera is correct. Stan. In an Earth, Wind, and Fire song that soared up the Billboard charts, the lyrics ask, do you remember what specific date? Badia never was a cloudy day. Seconds.
The 21st of September?
That is correct, yes.
Oh, gee.
Stan. During the 1994 Voodoo Lounge tour, what artist was one of the opening acts for the Rolling Stones? This singer was coming off the huge success of his third album entitled Are You Gonna Go My Way?
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz is correct. Ryan. Okay, so everyone, please pay attention to how this question works because the whole quad will work the same way, but the instructions won't be repeated. So, wordplay warning, the answer here involves wordplay. What fruit belonging to a pop singer might be fine to eat once, but could be considered toxic if eaten one more time? The correct answers will be in the form. So, for instance, if the clue is pointing you toward Don Shula, it would be Don's Hula. If it were pointing you toward Gene Smart, it would be Gene Smart. And all of the questions in this quad will work that way.
So Britney's Pears.
That is correct, yes. All right, Ryan. Name the company whose logo features a hidden 31, referring to the number of flavor varieties it had when it started, one for every day of the month.
Baskin Robbins.
That is correct. Ryan, Julia Louis-Dreyfus hosts what podcast? Self-described as a podcast where I have funny, touching, personal conversations with unforgettable women and the kind of attitude that only comes with age.
Veep to Veep.
Good guess, but incorrect. Matt?
Pass.
Stan?
Pass.
Dan?
She went on Conan promoting this, but I don't remember what it was called. Pass.
All right, it is called Wiser Than Me.
Yeah.
I was never going to remember that.
A lot harder than Heartless.
All right, Matt. There are many games in which players compete using decks that are not the same. In what tavern set party game and its expansions do players use decks with different abilities based on the characters they are playing? These characters include Zot the Wizard, Fleck the Bard, and Deirdre the Priestess.
Is this the Red Dragon Inn?
Red Dragon Inn is correct.
Well done.
Matt. Name either the artist who sang the following self-rhyme, I could have another you in a minute, matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute, or the song those lyrics come from.
Irreplaceable.
You must know about her, yes, by Beyonce. Matt, what was the nickname of the NFL team that existed from 1924 to 1931 based out of Frankfort, Pennsylvania? It shares its name with Aggressive Wasps or a Showtime series starring Melanie Linsky.
These would be the Yellow Jackets.
That is correct. Dan. The 2013 film Palo Alto starred what woman, whose father Eric is an Oscar-nominated actor, although her aunt is the much bigger movie star?
Roberts.
Emma Roberts, yes. Dan. Which Real Housewives series is notable as the only one that was not renewed for a second season? The lack of renewal was likely due in part to a notable dinner crashing incident by one of the housewives featured on the show, looking for Real Housewives of where?
New Jersey.
Not New Jersey, Stan?
Washington, D.C.
Yeah, the show is called Real Housewives of DC, but Washington, D.C. is acceptable location. This was the infamous Salahi couple. All right, Dan. In Sue Grafton's alphabet series of novels, what does the B stand for? It's also the name of a really bad heist film from 1987, starring Whoopi Goldberg and Bobcat Goldthwait.
Never heard of this movie, but I think it's Burglar.
Burglar is correct.
It is a really bad movie.
So
I don't feel
I'm
bad
told.
for missing it, given Whoopi Goldberg and Bobcat Goldthwait.
Fair enough. All right, so entering round 3, Stan and Matt are tied for the lead, but Ryan and Dan are just 1 point back. So nice tight game, as befitting a Tier 1 championship. Stan, name either the artist who sang the following self-rhyme, me not working hard, yeah, right, picture that with a Kodak, or better yet, go to Times Square, take a picture of me with the Kodak, or the song these lyrics come from.
Cardi B.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Matt?
Pass.
Ryan?
Pitbull.
Yes, Give Me Everything is the title of the song.
Oh, okay.
Stan, wordplay warning, same as the previous one in the quad. What game pieces belonging to an actress are just one of the 10 things I hate about Scrabble?
Julia's Tiles.
Indeed. Stan, Crystal the Monkey appeared twice in what other film franchise, playing Drunk Monkey alongside many other animals and Eddie Murphy?
Dr. Dolittle.
That is the franchise, yes. Ryan, your turn. The 1999 St. Louis Rams featured the first team All-Pro duo of Kurt Warner and Marshall Faulk. Name any one of the other guys who played for the greatest show on turf that contributed over 50 catches that season.
Isaac Bruce.
Yes. Do you know the other?
Torrey Holt.
Gloria Holt.
Torrey
Holt.
Holt. Indeed. Like on Rest Spellman. Torrey Holt. All
Not
right.
with the 50-foot pole.
Ryan. In 2011, Neil Dudgeon as Chief Inspector Barnaby replaced John Nettles as a different Chief Inspector Barnaby on what UK detective drama that has aired since 1997? Don't be confused that nobody gets burned alive dressed as a bear.
So Wicker Man.
Sorry, Matt?
Now is the time for Midsummer Murders.
Really?
This is Midsummer Murders.
Well,
Yes.
I was gonna. I convinced myself I was gonna guess it no matter what, and then I thought the bear thing with Nicolas Cage and
Dressed as a bear.
yeah.
That's how the movie ends.
Oof, that sucks.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, apparently in some foreign countries it was titled Barnaby, which is why when they replaced Chief Inspector Barnaby, they had to replace him with another Chief Inspector Barnaby. All right, Ryan. The 2013 film Palo Alto starred what actor as Teddy? His father, who also appeared in the film, authored the memoir I'm Your Huckleberry and briefly reprised one of his earlier roles in 2022's Top Gun Maverick.
Kilmer.
Jack Kilmer, yes. Matt, here's your next question. Name the company whose logo features a bear hidden inside of a mountain. The bear represents the city of Bern, where the company was founded.
Toblerone.
Toblerone, yes, that's what's on the side of those chocolate triangle boxes. Matt, which Real Housewives series is notable in part for former cast member Jen Shaw, who was convicted of conspiracy to commit wire fraud during her time on the series? Looking for Real Housewives of what, per the title?
I think these are the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
It is, they are not. Jan,
Pass. I got to pass.
Stan,
Salt Lake City.
Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Yeah.
Well done.
All right, Matt. What astrological term, also used in linguistics and music, is used to refer to a zodiac sign's relation and position to each of the 4 seasons? This is sometimes also called quadruplicity.
Tone.
What was that?
Tone. Tone.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Dan?
Pass.
Stan?
Pass.
Ryan?
Pass.
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
say it.
Stan didn't actually pass, but
Yeah, it's okay.
What?
I was going to pass.
Oh, okay.
sorry, I accidentally said pass twice because I wasn't sure you caught the first time. So, but yeah, I think Stan did pass. So.
Okay, so you did mean to pass, Stan?
I was, yes, I'm going to, I pass.
Okay.
I
Okay,
formally
then.
pass.
All right. Modality is the correct answer.
Oh, okay.
All right, Dan. During the Rolling Stones US tour 1978, what artist was one of the band's opening acts? This Jamaican reggae musician had been one of the core members of the Wailers and had just released the album Bush Doctor on the Rolling Stones record label.
Peter Tosh.
Peter Tosh is
Tosh.
correct. Yes. Dan. Using a rock, paper, scissors system of attacks, throws, and blocks, the players of what deck battling game use decks containing cards based on their particular character? Midori, for instance, is uniquely able to transform into a dragon, while Valerie is well suited for playing combo attacks.
Slay the Spire.
Sorry, not what I have. Matt?
Pass.
Stan?
Is this Yu-Gi-Oh?
It is not. Ryan?
Pass.
This is something called Yomi.
Okay.
Dan, what was the nickname of the NFL team that existed from 1920 to 1925 based out of Rochester, New York? It shares its name with a TV spin-off that helped Marla Gibbs earn 5 Emmy nominations, as well as a very famous couple named Thomas and Martha.
All right. Gotham.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Matt?
Jeffersons.
Oh, it's actually the Rochester 227. No, it's the Jeffersons, yeah. Yeah, Thomas and Martha Jefferson. She had passed away before he entered the White House, but they were a couple before then. Okay. Yeah, you're thinking of the Wayne, Thomas and Martha Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was stuck there for a moment too.
Okay, entering round 4, Stan and Matt are tied for the lead, but everyone's still in it. And we begin with Stan. The 1976 Cincinnati Reds, known as the Big Red Machine, featured future Hall of Famers Joe Morgan and Johnny Bench, as well as the infamously not in the Hall, Pete Rose. Name any of the other guys who had over 150 hits for the Reds that season.
Ugh.
10 seconds.
Johnson.
Not Johnson. Dan?
Just Pete Rose.
He's mentioned in the question, so
Oh,
no. Ryan,
oh,
George
there he is,
Foster.
sorry.
I believe that is yes. George Foster is one. Dave Concepcion and Ken Griffey Sr. were the others. Stan, in
Let's
Sue
remember some guys.
Stan, in Sue Grafton's alphabet series of novels, what does J stand for? It's also part of the title of what is almost certainly the first movie sequel to feature a character made out of liquid metal.
Judgment.
Yes, as in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Stan, in what shuffle building game does each player begin by combining the decks of two factions together, which necessarily means that each participant will have a different starting deck? For example, one player may use a deck of pirates and robots, while their opponent might use one consisting of zombies and dinosaurs.
Pass.
Matt,
Pass.
Dan,
Pass.
Ryan,
Pass.
sharing a name with my third favorite Susan Hayward movie. This is Smash Up.
Okay. Heard of that one.
All right, Ryan. What was the nickname of the NFL team that existed from 1920 to 1929 based out of Dayton, Ohio? It shares its name with a tiny kind of percussion instrument, or one of the first shapes a child learns about.
Triangles.
Yes, we had square last week, triangle this week. All right, Ryan. In 2011, Crystal the Monkey appeared in which film starring Matt Damon and Scarlett Johansson, whose title is a complete sentence that also describes the movie's plot?
We bought a zoo.
We did. Ryan, what astrological term refers to when two or more planets line up at certain angles, which causes their energies to combine, mingle, or otherwise affect one another? Examples of these include trine, quincunx, and opposition.
Let's try convergence.
Decent guess, but incorrect. Matt?
Pass.
Dan?
Pass.
Stan?
Pass.
This is called aspect. Aspects.
Okay.
Matt? According to the lyrics of the song, Papa was a Rolling Stone by the Temptations, what specific date was unforgettable, as that was the day that my daddy died?
October 25.
Nope. Dan?
Pass.
Stan?
Pass.
Ryan?
Can't get there. Pass.
All right, as the lead singer famously belts out, it was the 3rd of September. That day I'll always remember. Yes, I will.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. What actress, the daughter of Andy McDowell, made her film debut in 2013's Palo Alto after accompanying her then boyfriend and fellow Nepo baby, Nat Wolff, to the set? She received an Emmy nomination for the 2021 Netflix miniseries Made.
Can picture her. I can name 5 of her credits.
10 seconds.
Stevenson.
Sorry, Dan?
Quali.
Margaret
That's what it
Qualley.
is.
Yeah. I believe also
She's
Emmy
in The
nominated.
Substance. She's in Novitiate.
I believe also Emmy nominated as Anne Reinking in Fosse Verdon. All right, Matt. Set to air its 6th series sometime this year, what memorable British crime drama featured DCI Cassie Stewart, replaced by DCI Jesse James for Series 5, and DI Sunny Khan working on a single murder case for the length of each 6-episode arc?
Unforgettable.
Sorry, Dan?
No, pass.
Stan?
Pass.
Ryan?
Pass.
You were on the right track. I think Unforgettable was an American show with Poppy Montgomery.
It was, yes.
Yeah, this one with the great Sanjeev Bhaskar. It's called Unforgotten.
Oh.
All right, Dan. Football playing brothers Jason and Travis Kelce host what podcast, self-described as entertaining stories from a combined 21 years in the league, off-field interest, and engaging conversations with special guests?
How many times do I get to hear this fact before this name sinks into my head?
One second.
Higher ground.
Sorry, Matt.
Right track. New Heights.
New Heights. Yes. Yeah, Higher Ground is a production company of Barack and
I
Michelle
know what
Obama.
it is, Yogesh. Continue.
Just letting the audience know
Yeah.
you were on the right track. All right, Dan. Name the company whose logo features a person, presumably a representation of the founder's daughter and namesake of the business, sporting a collar that appears to have the word mom written into it.
Sarah Lee.
Sorry, Stan?
Pass.
Ryan.
Wendy's.
Wendy's, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
guess.
Fun fact, Dave Thomas's daughter was actually named Melinda, so he did a very poor job of naming the restaurant after her. All right, Dan. Wordplay warning, same as the previous ones in the quad. What outdoor location belonging to an American Idol winner, despite all of the trees and flowers, surprisingly has no air?
Jordan's Parks.
That is correct, yes. All right, we enter the final round. Ryan has a 2-point lead, but still anyone's game. Stan. Which Real Housewives series has featured notable names such as actresses Lisa Rinna, Denise Richards, and Garcelle Beauvais? Looking for Real Housewives of where?
Beverly Hills.
That is correct. Stan, Jamila Jamil hosts what podcast, self-described as a podcast that explores issues surrounding mental health, body image, and activism with a diverse range of inspiring guests. More than just talk, it's a movement.
I believe this is called I Weigh.
Very good. That one's been playing
Very nice.
difficult.
Good get.
All right, Stan. The astrological term synastry, which usually involves comparing two signs of the zodiac, is most commonly used to determine what?
Compatibility.
That's correct. Ryan. In what deck building game set during the French and Indian War do players start with different location cards in each of their decks? For example, the British side begins with Boston and Philadelphia, while the French side begins with Montreal and Quebec.
I shall call it 7 years.
Good try, not correct. Matt?
Pass.
Dan?
Yeah, pass.
Stan?
It's pass for me.
Yeah, it strikes me as a fairly poetic name, although I'm not familiar with it. A Few Acres of Snow.
Okay.
All right, Ryan. During the 2024 Hackney Diamonds Tour, what group was one of the opening acts for the Rolling Stones? This duo was nominated for the Best New Artist Grammy in 2024, as well as shining with their rendition of the national anthem prior to the Detroit Lions 2023 Thanksgiving Day game.
The Warren Treaty.
That's been playing very hard, but you got it. Very good.
Well done.
Wow. Good guess.
Did you show the answer there?
Yes.
Very good.
That is not a balanced squad.
I'm just a messenger. All right, Ryan. Name either the group who sang the following self-rhyme. You'll say the world has come between us, our lives have come between us, or the song these lyrics come from.
I had time for brain freeze. Especially.
Ten seconds.
Oh man, I blanked.
You have an answer?
Lisa Loeb.
Sorry, Matt.
Deep Blue something.
Breakfast at
That's it.
Tiffany's is the
Yep.
song.
Mm-hmm.
Matt.
Ron, you'll say, or you say. Yeah.
Matt, the 1986-87 Edmonton Oilers were far and away the best team in the NHL with 106 regular season points en route to another Stanley Cup. The team featured the top-tier trio of Wayne Gretzky, Yari Coury, and Mark Messier. Name any of the other guys who scored at least 60 points for the team that season.
Jaeger.
That is not what I have. Dan?
Coffee?
Yes. They were Asa Tikkanen, Glenn Anderson, or Paul Coffey.
Very nice pull there, Dan.
Nice
Well
one.
done.
Max.
All right, Matt. In Sue Grafton's alphabet series of novels, what does C stand for? It's a word that would accurately define the title character in Weekend at Bernie's, at least from around halfway through the film forward.
C is for corpse.
It is. That's good enough for me. Matt, wordplay warning, just like the rest of the quad. What do you hear when your phone rings and the call is coming from a two-time Academy Award-winning actress direct from La La Land?
Emma's tones.
Yes, I also have a special ringtone for when Emma Stone calls me. Dan, three-way tie. Nice.
Yeah, let's see if I can make this interesting for everybody else.
Dan, the fictitious British overseas territory of Saint Marie is the setting for what BBC detective show that, since its 2011 debut, has been shot on the idyllic Caribbean island of Guadeloupe?
Well, at least somebody's gonna have a chance. I don't know this. Phew, no. I'll just pass it.
Okay, Stan.
I will pass it as well.
Ryan?
Pass.
Matt?
I will also pass.
All right, this is a show called Death in Paradise.
The UK has
thought
entirely
Rebus
too
was
many
coming.
detective shows. I've learned dozens of them, and there's still so many more.
All right, yeah. Learning the sequence of the actors who played the main character would be even more taxing. They cycle them out a lot. All right, Dan. Crystal the monkey's most recent movie role was as Benny, an impulsive pet purchased by Mitzi, mother of the main character Sammy, in which 2022 Oscar-nominated Filma Clay from Steven Spielberg.
The Fablemans.
The Fablemans is correct, yes. And final regulation question. Dan, in the song commonly referred to as Oh What a Night by the Four Seasons, what is the not-so-specific date that's sung about in the lyrics, with the specific day going unmentioned despite the singer's insistence on its life-changing importance? Month and year are required and sufficient.
December 1969.
That's incorrect, Stan.
Okay.
December 1963.
Late December back in 63.
Well,
All right.
sorry about making that uninteresting at the end, guys. Well done.
I was certain we were going for a
Yeah, I'm sorry.
three-way tie, but I mean, not your fault, of course, but you were definitely doing your best. I'm not trying to suggest you weren't, but congratulations to Stan. I believe
Well
this is
done.
your
Well
first time
done.
playing,
First
first time playing
season.
Pop Solos.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much.
And-
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, and you vanquished the entire league in your very first in your debut.
Great game, everyone.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
good game. Really good game.
Are we
Can we
breaking the
break
tie?
the second place tie?
As far as I know, I suppose we should. I mean, you know.
Just
Okay.
for fun.
Thanks,
Sure.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna turn my camera off, I guess. Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, right.
This is okay. It's going to be Ryan and Matt. All right. So yeah, the ways work basically, I'll send one of you out of the room. For the one who remains, I will read the question. I'll paste it in chat. You'll have 30 seconds either to when I'm done reading or when it has been pasted in the chat, whichever it is later. And I'll give a 10-second warning if necessary. When you've given an answer, I will confirm your answer. I will not reveal the correct answer until the tiebreaker set has been played.
Sounds good.
Oh,
Good
all
luck.
right. I'll send Ryan out first and ask to Matt. Okay. Matt, here is your first question. Which country singer of the 70s started out as a muse to country rock founding father and Byrds member Graham Parsons? She also saw a career resurgence in the 90s with her alt country album Wrecking Ball.
Williams?
Your answer is Williams. Here is your second question. Chapter 55 has become somewhat of a sexy, in-the-know meme within the romantasy and steamy book community, specifically in reference to which 2016 novel by Sarah J. Maas?
I think this is A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Your answer is A Court of Thorns and Roses. Here is your third question. What was most predominantly sold at Walter's store in the sitcom Maude? Walter, in case you forgot, was Maude's fourth and current husband.
Wine.
Your answer is wine. All right, if you could turn your camera and audio off, and we shall repeat the procedure with Ryan. All right, Ryan, here are your questions, starting with the first. Which country singer of the 70s started out as a muse to country rock founding father and Byrds member Graham Parsons? She also saw a career resurgence in the 90s with her alt country album Wrecking Ball.
Lucinda Williams.
Your answer is Lucinda Williams. Here is your second question. I won't bother repeating my joke. Chapter 55 has become somewhat of a sexy in-the-know meme within the romantasy and steamy book community, specifically in reference to which 2016 novel by Sarah J. Maas?
You.
Your answer is you. Here is your third question. What was most predominantly sold at Walter's store in the sitcom Maude? Walter, in case you forgot, was Maude's fourth and current husband.
Let's try shoes.
All right, Matt, you can come back on video and audio. So I don't believe I've seen one, maybe one episode, but I wouldn't have had any idea on that one. But the answer I have here is appliances or household appliances. So both of you were incorrect. Sarah J. Maas, I believe, is known for sort of the Court of Thorns and Roses series, but this question was looking for a specific novel, and the answer I have here is A Court of Mist and Fury.
So when you
That is like the second or third volume in that
Whoa.
series.
Okay,
I might have
yeah.
I might have come up with that, but not a second book in it.
All right, so it comes down to the country music question. Ryan said Lucinda Williams. Matt also said Williams. Both of you are incorrect. It's Emmylou Harris. So it doesn't
okay.
it doesn't actually come down to that question at all.
I was torn
Oh.
between her and because I was hoping Emmylou Harris would have been tied to like the album she did with, what was it called? Trilogy?
Trio.
That's it.
Or Car Wheels on a Gravel Road, which she won a bunch of Grammys for with Ben Williams. I thought I was
So
wrong.
close.
Yes. All right, so this
Still
time
tied.
for variety's sake, I shall send Matt out first and begin with Ryan.
Sounds good.
All right, here is your first question. You Remind Me and Real Love were the first two singles released off the 1992 album What's the 411 by which R&B legend?
Mary J. Blige.
Your answer is Mary J. Blige. Here is your second question. Which popular Spanish cocktail is typically 1 part red wine, 1 part soda, though sometimes lemonade is used instead? It's similar to a sangria, but has a name meaning summer red.
Este Rojo.
All right, your answer is something in Spanish. And here's your third question. Which actor is considered to be horror royalty for having played the title character in the Candyman series of films, as well as death expert William Bloodworth in the Final Destination franchise, among other roles?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll say Scatman Crothers.
All right. If I do it correctly, I'll only have to say the name of that franchise twice, so we're safe.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, Matt, here is your first question.
My chat again.
All right. You Remind Me and Real Love were the first two singles released off the 1992 album What's the 411 by which R&B legend?
Mary J. Blige.
Your answer is Mary J. Blige. Here is your second question. Which popular Spanish cocktail is typically 1 part red wine, 1 part soda, though sometimes lemonade's used instead? It's similar to sangria, but has a name meaning summer red.
Rioja.
Your answer is Rioja, and here is your third question. And I will avoid repeating it for reasons obvious to anyone who's seen the franchise in question. Which actor is considered to be horror royalty for having played the title character in the Candyman series of films, as well as death expert William Bloodworth in the Final Destination franchise, among other roles?
I think this is Todd.
All right. Ryan can come back on. I was desperately hoping that you would get to the final tiebreaker because it was written by me and very on brand for me. But sadly for me, you shall not, because the tie has been broken. So both of you knew the R&B legend in question was Mary J. Blige. Neither of you knew the cocktail, which is called Tinto de Verano. The actor in question, his name is Tony Todd, which Matt knew.
Well done.
I can read the spare questions for everyone, just for fun.
Yes, please.
All right. What documentary series on Max details the bizarre relationship between a woman named Tanya and Tonka, who earlier in his life starred in multiple Hollywood films?
The new one about a monkey.
Indeed. What's it called?
Chimp crazy.
Chimp Crazy. Yes.
That is what it's called, yes.
Yes. All right. In Sue Grafton's alphabet series, etc., what's the M stand for? Also 93 films starring Nicole Kidman and Alec Baldwin, who is God.
Alice.
Yes, that's where the I am God monologue by Aaron Sorkin scripted comes from. And what song from the band Men Without Hats, released 5 years after The Safety Dance, was a top 20 hit in the US, putting a monkey wrench in the theory the group's a one-hit wonder?
Pop Goes the World.
That's it.
Yes.
Very
I
nice,
don't-
Ryan.
Can I have
There was
that?
like
It's the
all around the,
Breakfast
I was
at
like around the
Tiffany's.
world, and
Yeah.
I was like Daft Punk. No,
Yeah.
wrong.
Once I heard it in the Lisa Loeb, that.
All right, and since
You're never gonna hear it any other way.
we don't get to play this for stakes, but we'll play
Yeah.
my tiebreaker just for fun. Beginning with and including 1968's Prescription Murder and ending with 2003's Columbo Likes the Nightlife, how many episodes of Columbo have there been? Just DM me your response. All right. The fun part for me has been seeing people overshoot this by like a full order of magnitude, which both Stan and Matt did. But Dan and Ryan were fairly close. Ryan guessed 87, Dan guessed 82. Across those 35 years, they made a grand total of 69 episodes of Columbo.
Nice.
That few.
I recently learned they're all like 2 hour long episodes, right? It's
Yeah,
like they're all full movies. Yeah.
Most of them are
It
90
started that
minutes.
way, Yeah.
Yeah, most of well, yeah. So if you want to be the network run was 71 to 77, part of which was as 90-minute mystery movies, part of which was as 2-hour mystery movies, not counting commercials, or counting commercials in that length rather. The Prescription Murder was actually a one-off, which was 2 hours. There was also a pilot, Ransom for a Dead Man, which I'm not sure if that one was 2 hours 90 minutes. Then in 78 they were basically released as one-off specials. From 89 to 93 on ABC. They were again part of a mystery movie wheel, and then as specials. I think those later ones were probably around 2 hours. I'd have to check though. Yeah.
Well done, everyone. That was
Right. Very well played,
Excellent-
everybody. Congrats
excellent
again,
finale.
Stan.
Yes,
Thanks for
yes.
reading, Yogesh.
Yes,
Thank
thanks.
you for reading, Yogesh. Thank you, everyone.